What's up, guys? Chad here. I am back again with Heidi with C&G Consulting, the one-stop shop for anything expats.
Expat related.
Expat related. All right, I got it right. One of the main things that my audience is interested in is coming here and meeting a Filipina, and I'm sure some of them are thinking maybe getting married to one of them, but there's a process involved, and you're the professional that specializes in that, so I thought we'll make a video talking about anything that they might need to know.
Yeah, okay. Well, first of all, go find your Filipina. Make sure you find a great one.
It's true. No rush.
Go find your Filipina, no rush. And then after that, then congratulations. So now you want to marry your Filipina. So in the Philippines, you need to get a marriage license, as you know, but here it's a bit complicated. So the first thing you do is you go to your local municipal or city hall, and then there you ask for a list of requirements for the marriage license. But I can tell you what are the major things you need in your country before coming here. So number one is you need your birth certificate. And the next one is you need, if you were divorced before, if you were married previously, then acquire your divorce papers. And then acquire a legal capacity to contract marriage. So this means that you're not married in another country. You can actually get married here in the Philippines. Because people do this, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
They have a wife in another country and then they have a wife here in the Philippines.
They think they can just get away with it. You have to show some documentation.
You have to show some documentations that you're single.
Okay.
So now once that's approved, you can either choose if you're getting married with a judge, with the mayor, or in a church.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is there pros and cons? Is it a just personal choice?
It's a personal choice, but if you want it quick, marrying at the mayor's office is a lot faster, and you can do a beach wedding very quickly.
Well,
I mean, that's why
there's
you're here.
a few good
right?
beaches here in the Philippines to do that.
Yeah.
One thing that people wonder about is once you get married here in the Philippines, there's no turning back. Is that right?
That's wrong.
It's wrong. Okay.
That's wrong. Okay, so Supreme Court decision in 2018 actually decided that you can divorce your Filipina wife in your country. So if divorce is allowed in your country, like Canada or the US, you can actually divorce your wife there, and you can bring that divorce back to the Philippines and have a judicial declaration of that divorce.
Oh, interesting.
So you and your wife can marry again.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I didn't know that because I've heard and people talk about if you marry in the Philippines, you can't get a divorce. So you can do it. But does that mean there's a lengthy process and a big expense to do that? Is it really difficult?
Well, the annulment process in the Philippines is the one that's difficult. So that takes about 1 to 2 years. But since you're divorcing your spouse in your country, so it will follow the same length of time as you divorce someone in your country.
Gotcha.
So, and then you take that divorce papers, bring it here to the Philippines, have it declared, and you're officially divorced.
Okay. It's good to know. Not that I want to make this about getting divorced, but I think people would like to know all the ins and outs of it. So if they're wanting to get married, what about that process? Is it pretty easy to get married and get it all finalized if you meet the right one?
Yes. As long as you have the documentations from your end of the country, then your Filipina spouse should be able to get all her documentary requirements here in the Philippines. So very simple: birth certificate, certificate of no marriage. You're gonna have to attend a couple of seminars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're gonna have to attend a couple of seminars depending on where you're getting married. So there's a seminar with the municipal hall, and there's also a seminar in the church if you're getting married in the church. So once all that's done, I think the turnaround time for a marriage license is 1 to 2 weeks.
Okay.
Once you have that, you can submit it to wherever you're getting married. And once you're married, I think after 1 to 2 weeks, your marriage should be registered with the Philippine Statistics Authority.
Okay.
And once that's registered, you can now get your spousal visa.
Let's get into that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a biggie. That's one of the benefits of getting married here. If you want to live here and spend a lot of time here.
Yeah.
So how does that work, and what does that offer someone once they have that visa?
Okay, so the 13A spousal visa is basically, the visa that you get as a privilege, as a perk to marrying a Filipino. One of the perks. So the 13A is basically a 2-tier process. First application is probationary, so 1 year. So you'll have this probationary period of 1 year. And then 3 months before it expires, you can already apply for a permanent visa.
Okay.
So this permanent 13A is actually valid, it's like permanent residency. You only need to renew it every 5 years.
Okay.
And then, you can go in and out of the country multiple times. Yeah,
That's huge.
It's huge.
You want to travel with your new wife, you can go to wherever, Thailand, any of these awesome destinations.
Yeah.
That's a huge perk because right now, if you leave, if you're on a visa, you leave, you come back, you start the process over again.
Yes.
So that's a biggie.
But if you're married to, for example, you married your Filipina spouse outside of the country, just bring your marriage license, and when you come back, you actually get this thing called a Bic Buyan Visa, but it's only valid for 1 year. So I suggest when you come here with your Bic Buyan Visa, just process your 13A spousal visa.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. What about expense and cost? Is there a pretty big cost attached to getting married and the visa, the spousal visa?
Actually, the 13A is one of the cheapest permanent visas that you can get. Yeah, immigration filing fee is about 8 to 12,000, around that range, depending on where you're from. Filing fees are our professional fees. If you ever engage with us, we have a standard fee, which I can send to you with a proposal, and we have a breakdown of fees.
Gotcha.
So that breakdown of fees will include everything that you need in order to get this 13A spousal visa.
Okay, so, and you said in pesos, right?
In pesos, yes,
Yeah,
not
that was
dollars.
pesos.
Did that make you nervous when I
Well,
said 8,000?
I don't think that would be realistic if it was that much. No one's getting married if it's 12,000 US. What if someone wants to do it on their own? Do they have to use a service and pay that fee? What are the benefits? Obviously, you're taking it into your hands, so they don't have to do any of the paperwork. But are there other options?
Yeah, you can definitely do it on your own. But the thing about the Philippines is our processes here are still very manual, and everything takes forever.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah. So, we also went through the same thing when we were like fixing our manuals, because we do have manuals to process this, wherein they have a list. But then when you submit the things that are on their list, you go back to them and they're like, oh, you need 4 copies of this. This has to be affirmed. This has to be notarized. So you skip all of that. And some people actually go back 2, 4, 5 times. And then with us, you only have to show up at least once.
So worth it to take that out of your hands.
Yeah.
There's so many other things to worry about. Like have someone do that for you for sure.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. And mentioned it in the other video, but let's go over it again. So your company, they want to reach you for questions. How does that work? Do you have an office? Is it online?
Yeah. So a lot of people who come to us are basically done online, so they can book a consultation through our link, through Chad's link.
Yep.
Do it through Chad's link.
It'll be in the description.
Yes. So consultation is free. You're going to be talking to me, or if you want to email us so that we can give you a detailed answer, then you can also do that. Our office is it's a new office, so we're building it in the 4th floor of Robinson's Galleria in Cebu, where immigration is also located in the same building.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now you guys are a smaller growing company, but with that come a lot of benefits.
Yes.
So what's the difference between working with you and your company versus maybe some of the bigger companies that are offered here?
Yeah. So basically with us is, and I think I mentioned this on the last video, how I want C&G to be is like a community of expats where, we're going to have these events where you guys are also going to meet up, connect, and, get with each other. And I want this because I want people to know that this is a very personal thing to me, because I've been dealing with you guys since I was 7.
Yep.
My parents used to own a bar and a restaurant. So basically that community and that very easy, knowing that you can always come to us and talk to us about any problem that you might have.
It's so huge.
Yeah.
And I think people can see the benefit in that
Yeah.
rather than just being a number in line at a big company.
Yeah.
You get that personal touch.
Yeah.
And I think that goes a long way. So.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well, again, if you have any questions regarding any of this, and I'm sure you will because there's a lot to know about it, reach out to Heidi, info in the description. Thank you for watching. More to come because there's other topics within this realm that we need to cover to help you guys out for traveling here, getting visas, anything to do with expats, the government, and anything
Expat
in
one-stop
between.
shop.
Expat one-stop shop. There you go. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.